Hey gamers, I am CyberSnake7. Hope we're all well, guys. Back again with another video. And yes, this is going to be a bit of a difference. This is going to be a modern gaming video. So this is not going to appeal to everybody. So if you are just a pure retro gamer, I'll totally understand if this video isn't for you. As I say, I'm a bit of everything. I'm a bit of modern and a bit of retro, to be honest. More retro than modern, but I still do enjoy my modern gaming. So I thought I'd do this video because I've got 18 games that I've picked up over the last, 5.5 months now. And I just thought I'd go through them with you. Some I've played, some are still sealed. It's just the way it is. I know I've really been caught in that groove of buying games and just popping them on the shelf and then not opening them and playing them. But some games I have played and I've really enjoyed. So what I'll do is just basically go through the games one by one. And then just give you my thoughts on the games if I've played them. If not, then I'll just show you the game that I've got and basically say, well, it's sealed and I'm really looking forward to playing it. So it's just the way it's going to have to be. But anyway, guys, as I say, great to be back with another video. But before I start, I just want to put a few congrats out there, really. For Paul, Mr. Bads, for winning last month's YouTuber of the month. Fantastic channel. That guy is right down my street in collecting wise. He loves his retro. He loves his Amiga and his Commodore 64 and his Atari and his modern gaming. He's basically me in a sense. And it's just the way I like a channel to be. A variety of old and new. And as I say, well deserved. And, you know, great to see a channel like that win YouTuber of the month. Now, this month, there's two guys that I know, and that is Cine Steve and Danester. Formerly Danester 83, but now it's just Danester. Those guys have been put up by Paul for the next YouTuber of the month. So if any of you guys know these channels, get over to vote for their channels and, you know, give these guys a vote, and hopefully one of them will win this month's YouTuber of the month. So congrats to all of you for being nominated, and obviously Paul for winning last month. Anywho, let's crack on, guys, and let's crack on with these PS4 games. I'll show you, and I'll stick them back on the shelf then. So, game number one. I bought this literally the day it come out. Looking forward to playing this realistically because of the VR element to it. And of course, it's this one, which is Ace Combat Skies Unknown. And as you can see, it's still got the seal on. It's never been played. So I haven't got round to playing the VR yet and playing this game. But I love these games on the PS1, especially the first two. I really did like them. The PS3 one was okay. You know, it incorporated different vehicles, like helicopters and things like that. And I think the control system was pretty poor, to be honest. But this, I've heard good things about. It's supposed to be a very good game. And I've watched videos of the actual people playing the VR, and they said the experience is amazing. It's not very long, unfortunately, but still, I think it's just one mission where you actually play as VR. But yeah, I will get my VR out again eventually before the end of the year and crack this game open. But I'm really looking forward to playing it when I get round to it. But there you go, that's game number one, guys. And that's Ace Combat Skies Unknown. Right, game number two is a game I've played all the way through. Platinumed it. I think most people who had this game. Personally, definitely my favourite Spider-Man game. Full stop. There's no two ways about it. Well worth the wait. Loved Spider-Man games across the board. Not so much PS2. PS3, they did bring out a good selection of games for the Spider-Man series. But this one absolutely tops it. There's no two ways about it. And that's obviously Spider-Man. This one came with the Steelbook, which I'm glad to have. But this game was religiously played every day. And I've done absolutely everything on this. Most Spider-Man games I do tend to like seriously get addicted to and want to do absolutely everything within the game. But yeah, it's not exactly difficult to platinum. It's just basic. It's putting the time and effort in to do it, to be honest with you. But the game itself is absolutely fantastic. You got 3 downloadable content missions that you can do. I've done the one of them. I haven't really gone into the other two, to be honest, because I played the main game. And like, you get, in my terms, Spider-Man out. It's just too much of the same game. So once I've done the actual game and then done one of the missions, I just put it to the side and thought, right, okay, time to move on. Enjoyed this game thoroughly. But the thing is with these games, I think once you go through them once and you've enjoyed the experience, it's difficult to go back to play them again. But I still would never get rid of a Spider-Man game because they only get better, and I'm looking forward so much to the next one, which is going to be on a PS5. That's a guarantee, that is. But absolutely amazing game. Definitely the best Spider-Man game to date. That's a fact. So if you haven't played that, guys, grab it. It's dirt cheap nowadays, and it's definitely worth a playthrough. So that's Spider-Man. Now, stick these on the floor because no more luck. I'll stick them on the side of the chair and they'll all fall off. Right, there we go. That's better. Right, let's have a little drink. Now, this one I actually had on the PS3 and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I actually got rid of it to rebuy it for the PS4. And yet again, I haven't opened it and started playing it, but it's an absolutely beautiful game by Atlas, this is. And it is, if you can see through the seal, this is Dragon's Crown Pro Edition. And this is an absolutely beautiful side-scrolling action slash RPG-ish kind of game. Sorry about the glare, guys, but the graphics are absolutely beautiful. Like a cartoony slash with a bit of realism to it. It's such a beautiful looking game. And as I say, I had this originally on the PS3. Thoroughly enjoyed it there, but this is obviously has extras to it. I think it's extra levels and things like that, but it's such a beautiful looking game, and I'm surprised I haven't really taken this out its seal and started playing it again, because I thoroughly enjoyed it the first time around when I played it on the PS3. But absolutely beautiful game. If you can pick this up and you've never played Dragon's Crown, it's an absolutely fantastic game, and it's just the graphics alone, they are spectacular. Beautiful graphics and fantastic gameplay. Something different I've never really played before, and thoroughly enjoyed it first time round. And when I get round to breaking the seal on this, I will enjoy this one. So that's Dragon's Crown Pro, an absolute must, guys, if you haven't got that one. Okay. Next one, I think a majority of us have played. I thoroughly enjoyed going back to this. Obviously, having it on the original PS1 and then buying it again on the PS4 because it was like a remake. Never expected it, and now we've got one coming out in March, which is the third in the series, because you know what I'm going to be talking about now, don't you? And we are talking about Resident Evil. Now, this one is, of course, open, and this is a steelbook variant. What an absolutely awesome game this was. Absolutely fantastic game graphically. Just going back and reminiscing of the game of old, the classic PS1 version of Resident Evil 2. Slight differences, of course, but graphically far superior. You've got a lot of little side contents. Characters within the story have got their own specific little missions, and they ain't easy to do. They are so difficult to do. It's untrue. I don't think I've done one of them because you're limited ammo, limited weapons, very limited health. So it's tough. They're very short missions, but they're very, very tough to do. If you've ever obviously completed this and you played the original, you got Hunk, which was one of the Umbrella Corps soldiers, and he had to go through a mission to get from one checkpoint to another with limited everything. You understand what I'm talking about, but there's characters within the original game that you've got also little side missions, and some of them are very, very difficult, but absolutely fantastic game. Absolutely love this game. Looking forward to number 3. As I say, it's been a long time since I played number 3, Nemesis, and I forgot a lot about that because I really didn't play that half as much as I played number 1 and number 2, to be honest with you. So it's going to be an interesting time playing that. But having difficulty finding a steelbook variant like there is for number 2. So if anybody knows if there's a steelbook for Nemesis to pre-order, Resident Evil 3, let me know, because I'm really interested in getting the steelbook for it. I'd rather have that than just a standard edition, if so, or if possible. But absolutely fantastic game, guys. If you've got it, you've played it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Epic game, and that's Resident Evil 2. Right, next. This game's awesome. I loved it. It's a Neo Geo classic fighting game, which has been reborn and rebooted for the PS4. I do have this coming for another system shortly, which I'll do a video on. Really looking forward to grabbing all of that. But this is a fighting game, of course. A fighting game I absolutely loved, and I've got it on a lot of variants. I've got it on the Super Famicom. I've got it on the Super Nintendo. I've got it on the Neo Geo, CD and AES. And now I've got it on here, the PS4, which is obviously the reboot of Samurai Showdown. This is an absolutely fantastic game. Very, very nice. I was going to get the Japanese edition with the like proper AES snapback case, but I've got it coming on another variant, which will be here hopefully within the next coming months, month or so. But this is an absolute awesome game. Graphically, gameplay, they've added so much to this, and it's such a fantastic looking and playable fighting game. If you like your Samurai Showdown or you like fighting games and you haven't given this a try, please do. Absolutely beautiful game, fantastic graphics, and as I say, fantastic gameplay. But very, very happy to have that, and that's one that has been played, of course. As you can see, it's open and it's been loved and played. Not as much as I would like to have, but believe me, I played it. So that is Samurai Showdown. Now the next one, probably I should have done this one before Samurai Showdown, because I got this one before Samurai Showdown. And this is from a series I loved up until 3. Actually, I liked the first 4. Devil May Cry 5. Actually, did I like all 4? Yeah. Yeah, I liked them all. Actually, number 2 was the worst. Devil May Cry 2 was pretty poor, to be honest with you. But yeah, well, I spelt it out for you. I got Devil May Cry 5. Now, this game is... Oh, I'll tell you what it was. The one that I was thinking about was Devil May Cry on the PS3, which is a different character. But yeah, this is Devil May Cry 5. I've played the first mission of it and I haven't gone back to it. Not because I haven't wanted to, it's because I just hadn't had the time to, because I've been playing other things. But this game is now relatively cheap to pick up. I bought this off eBay. I tend to, like, when they come out on the day of release, I tend to go on eBay and try and find them sealed, and you usually get them probably £10 cheaper. So that's exactly what I did with this. Same as the Ace Combat, I did exactly the same with that. I go on eBay and there's always people selling them probably about £10 cheaper on the day, regardless of them being brand new and that. So happy to have had this. Graphically, very impressive. Story-wise, you know, I've yet to get into it. You got Dante in it and you got Nero back in it, and you know, you got another new characters, 3 characters to use within this game. All different styles of gameplay, of course, but graphically it looks very, very good. How difficult it is going to be, because these games do tend to get difficult as you further progress into them. Now, I found number 4. Number 4, I really enjoyed number 4, but it was very... I suppose it was fairly easy, because I literally did it on normal, easy, hard, and I got to the hardest setting, and I got so far, and I just couldn't get any further. So I did quite well, and I played that religiously, really, like, thoroughly. This one, as I say, I haven't had the chance, but what I've played so far of the first level, I think it's 2-3 levels I've actually played. Pretty impressive. I'm gonna, like, just get rid of it and start again, basically, so I know exactly where I stand with the game, because as I say, it's definitely worth picking up, and I'll probably get it for about 20 quid nowadays, probably less than that if you have a look around. But still, another great game to add to the series of Devil May Cry. Looking forward to giving it a go and starting it again properly, but that's Devil May Cry. Okay guys, back again. Sorry about that little cut in the video, and that was due to a postman turning up, dropping in another parcel for me, no doubt. But anyway, guys, as I was saying, Devil May Cry 5, definitely worth a shot. What I've played, as I say, is pretty good, and looking forward to really starting it again from fresh and getting some serious gameplay into that. So yeah, that's Devil May Cry 5. Right, the next one is a game I'm pretty familiar with the style of gameplay anyway, but yeah, this is another one I haven't even opened yet, which is unfortunate because I do enjoy these types of style of gameplay. And this one is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And this is basically a Dark Souls-esque kind of game, following the same vein as Dark Souls. This is obviously in the Japanese era, and it's what I've heard and what I've saw on videos about it. It is a very, very good game. Very difficult, of course, because it definitely goes on the side of a lot of defense is needed when playing against some of these characters and playing against some bosses in the game, because they are one-hit kills and it can get very frustrating. So it's very Dark Souls-esque. You've got to have the patience to sit down and play this sort of game. So this is going to be another horrific experience for me, no doubt. But I did get, of course, a steelbook with this, which I'm really happy with. I do like my steelbooks. Some people don't, but I do. But yeah, as I say, definitely going to get my teeth into this one day. And as I say, you know, I may have a few sealed games, but they're always there for me to go into and crack onto whenever I feel I want to play them. You know, I don't necessarily have to play them straight away just because I've got them. But anyway, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Looking forward to giving that a crack. And as I say, it's going to be a hellish experience, no doubt, when I start it. But still well happy to have that one. Right, next one was a budget title, a very good price for what I paid for it, and a classic PS1 game, to be honest with you. And now this one I've played probably about halfway through, now about 5-6 levels, to be honest with you. And then another game totally took over my life, which I'll talk about in a bit. But this one is, of course, the classic Medieval. And this one also had a steelbook with it, which I'm really happy with. I love the steelbooks, yet again, as I said before. But this one I played. This follows, of course, the original PS1 story. Nothing changing it. It's just souped up graphics. But the game itself is an awesome, really nice, like semi-top down hack and slash adventure. As I say, I've done about 5 levels of it, and I thoroughly enjoyed this game on the PS1. Never really completed it, so I'm really gonna, you know, push for this and try and finish this on the PS4, because, as I say, very, very good game. Dirt cheap. I think I paid about £23 brand new for it when it come out. So well happy to have that. And that is Medieval. Really looking forward to getting back into that and cracking onto that. So Medieval, guys. Now, this one I've had for a while. And I think Dylan Craven. Hello, Dylan. No doubt you'll be watching. Now, if you know of Dylan Craven, is one of the guys in the community that was and is always at the events. Is always a great guy to interact with. Always very knowledgeable, especially about his PS4 and his limited run games. This guy loves his modern gaming. Absolutely, there's no two ways about it. But he does love his retro as well. But he's got a choice collection. That is a fact. I haven't seen it personally, but what he showed us is pretty damn amazing. Now, the good news is he's got a channel. He's actually started a channel after all the pestering people have given him. He's actually started a channel. Now, I would say I'd leave a link down the bottom, but the way they did the linking system nowadays, I haven't got a blooming clue how to actually leave a link anymore. So what I might have to do is I'll put his name as it's written in his channel. So just look for Dylan Craven, and he's got about 3 videos up for his new channel. Go and check this guy out, give him a sub, say I sent you to him, and let's see this guy climb, because as I say, he's got a fantastic collection. It's about time he showed it off, and I'm very, very happy that he's joined the community and started getting his face in front of the camera, which is good. And just enjoy it, Dylan, mate. Enjoy it. Trust me, it's a good experience, honestly, mate. But anyway, Dylan, he's always plugging games, saying, oh, this is great, try this out, try that out. And then this one I did want to get, because this is like a side-scrolling, basically a side-scrolling Dark Souls. There you go. A side-scrolling Dark Souls. I will get that in the end. But this is Death's Gambit. As you can see, I ain't even took it out to seal yet. Dirt cheap. I think I paid about 12 quid for this off Amazon. and very, very happy to have this because I've watched videos on it, and it's definitely, yet again, my kind of game. And as I say, this is like a side-scrolling Dark Souls. Very, very difficult. Very like you got to be tactical about your battles, tactical about your fights, because it's blocking, and it's all of that. It's all incorporated. Very easily, can very easily die, and it's a frustrating game, I'm assuming. So looking forward to cracking onto that. As I say, dirt cheap, and it's not going anywhere, and I will be playing this eventually. But thanks to Dylan for that, for letting us know about that one. So that is Death's Gambit. Right, the next one is another game I was absolutely, really, really looking forward to having and playing, and I haven't even started it yet, and I'm quite surprised I haven't really, because I was so looking forward to it with all the demos that I watched, and I just was amazed by the amount of zombies that chased you through this game. And it's of course Days Gone, and you can see I've got the collector's edition, the steelbook and everything, and I really, really should get into this. I wanted it so much, and when I got it, as I say, I've unwrapped it and I've left it and I've not touched it, unfortunately. But this game, I'm glad I've waited a bit, because there's been a lot of updates to the game, which I've watched recent videos about the game, and they've really improved the game a lot. So as I said, if you're going into the game now, the game is potential. It's potential now. It's where the game should have been when it was very first released, because there's a few bugs in the game, and that's how they've actually ironed everything out, and the game runs and plays really, really well now. So I'm glad I've waited a little bit, because at least then I can play this game and enjoy it for what it really is. But well, happy to have it, of course, but unfortunately unplayed, yet to be played, and that is Days Gone. The next one, it's an absolute classic, and I bought this for one specific reason, so I could replay this game before the second one come out, and that is, of course, The Last of Us. And this is the PlayStation only collection. These are the slipcases. I do like these, and as you can see, this is still sealed, and I haven't played it yet, but it doesn't matter. But I'm still happy to have this, and this was dirt cheap. I paid about 12 quid for this, brand new. But love these PlayStation covers. I love the collection of them, to be honest. But I'll get there eventually, if I get them at all. But as I say, I've got this one. Well, happy to have that one. Absolutely classic game, and there's a lot of extras which on the PS4, which I never really went through and played. So it'd be good to go back and play those, as well as the main game again. As I say, number 2 is coming out this year, so I really want to get my teeth into this to get myself back into the vibe of playing The Last of Us again. So it's going to be a pretty busy year for the PS4, believe me. But anyway, well, happy to have it. Cheap as chips, and a fantastic game. So looking forward to the second one. Right, the next one is from it's like a spin-off from the Yakuza series. I do have Yakuza 0 up there. I haven't even opened it yet, and I forgot to get it down, so I'm telling you, it's up there in the collection, because I actually forgot to get it down. I've still yet to get Yakuza 1 and Yakuza 2 remakes, and they are bringing the trilogy out. I think it's in March. Yakuza 3, 4 and 5, I think. I don't know, I'm not too sure, but I know they're bringing the last few games out to coincide. So all the Yakuzas are released on the PS4, but this one is Judgment. Now this one is, like, as I say, it's a kind of a spin-off, same variant, same gameplay style as Yakuza, but you play I think as a reporter, and you just got to investigate a certain story or certain goings on within his community or whatever. I've not played it, so I'm only going on what I've heard and what I've seen about the game. But yet this was bought recently. I bought it Black Friday. I got it on Black Friday. Got a decent deal on Black Friday, so I definitely had that. So this hasn't been played yet, hasn't been opened or experienced. So I'm looking forward to playing this. But I wanted it, and as I say, it's part of the Yakuza series. So it'll, once I get the rest of them, it'll tie up. So we'll have all the Yakuza series. I'm not going to delve into the new Yakuza, because it's a turn-based RPG, and that just don't appeal to me in the slightest. Love this style of gameplay, but the turn-based RPG thing for you know, for you guys who are into that, fair play to you. But for me, all out action, kick ass. That's the way I like it. So this will probably be the final game in the series for me of the Yakuza once I've completed the whole lot on the PS4, and I'll be happy with that collection. So that's Judgment, yet to be played, and so it looks pretty damn good. So right, next, a game I've been wanting for a while. This game is pretty damn awesome. I've always loved this manga series, this cartoon, and there's been some decent games in this series. The PS2 variant fighting game was by far the best. It's the best fighting game I've ever played on the PS2. And we're talking about Fist of the North Star here. So there has been another 2 games before this, but they weren't bad. It was more like, I can't think of the style of gameplay there was. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. But there was 2 games of Fist of the North Star, and I've had the first one. I didn't really kind of like it, so I never bothered with the second one. But this one, Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, played the demo of this, and it is absolutely awesome. So well, looking forward to this. Now this is obviously a dual cover, because I've obviously got the PAL cover behind. I just like the Japanese cover there for some reason. But this was just a purchase off eBay. I think I got it for 20 quid. You can't really pick this up under 30 brand new. It does hold its price, but I really wanted it. And so I got it for like 15 quid. So I was lucky to pick that up. Really looking forward to that. But this is a game. It's a big open world game. A lot of, you can do blooming everything in it. Gamble, drink, you do whatever you want to do, basically. But there's a story, of course, within the game. But I like the fighting aesthetic of it, the way you have to go into fights and things like that. You have to beat up a load of blokes, you know, the usual, and you have to build up your powers. And I played one boss battle in the demo, and I really enjoyed the way it played. So I'm glad to have picked this up. Not played it yet, surprise, surprise, but very happy to add it to the collection. And that's Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. Right, the next 2. These were Christmas games for me. This one obviously was off the wife, and this game's had a lot of controversy. I wouldn't say controversy, it's had a lot of slating. Is it a great game? Isn't it a great game? Hideo Kojima's a strange character in himself, and his mind, the way his mind works, nobody will ever know that. You know, he lives in his own world, and this game is supposed to be either the best game or probably one of the worst. It's a walking simulator, as a lot of people have basically called it. And that I'm talking about is Death Stranding. I really did want the collector's edition of this. I ordered it. No, tell a lie. I ordered this, and then I was waiting on HMV game for the collector's edition, and I didn't realise it was available the same day. And I went back the next day, and it'd gone. It just gone, and they was asking silly money for it. So I'm happy with the steelbook. As you can tell, it's still sealed. I haven't even opened it yet. This was supposed to be a Christmas game to play, but the game I'm about to show you is the game that took over my life. But yet again, I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out, seeing what kind of style of game it is. Yes, it's kind of a walking simulator. You are technically a delivery guy getting parcels from one place to the other, but it's the way you do it. It's the way you carry your parcels. You got to carry money back, and it's the way you proceed and basically deliver the parcels. That's the most important part. Yet again, there's going to be an insane story within this game, of course. How it ends, how it pans out is, well, it's for me to find out in due course. But I'm still happy to have this game. Really looking forward to giving it a go. And as I say, it's probably a Marmite game. You'll love it or you hate it, and I'll soon find out in the coming months how good it actually is. I'll probably come back and talk about the games that I've played in a few videos within the next 6 months, and tell you what I thought about these games that I haven't played. So, yep, Death Stranding. Very happy to have it. A Christmas present off the wife. So eventually I will get round to playing it. Right. Before we show you the 3 box sets, this game is the game. This game has, well, it's only the last 2 weeks I haven't played it. because the season 2 is coming out. I think it's next week. And as soon as I bought this, about 2 weeks before Christmas, I was on this every single day up until the end of January, basically. The tea's gone cold now. Ugh. Yeah, so I played the game. I played the single player mode. The single player mode is a fantastic game. It's not as short as you think it is. There's plenty of trophies and plenty of things you've got to do in it. Very difficult tasks in the main game to get the trophies out, and I mean very difficult. But that's the playability. That's the yeah. I want to go back and I want to play the actual game again. Brilliant story. Brilliant action in it. As I say, some tough challenges, some tough trophies to unlock. You've really got to be spot on and be very, very good at this game to get 100% trophies out on this, I'm telling you. But yeah, I went online and then that's it. I was there and I stayed there night after night after night. Got up, played it before I went to work. It's just insane. But I'm talking about not everybody's favourite game, Modern Warfare. This game stole my life for the past like 6-7 weeks, every night. Absolutely. I loved the main mission. I loved the main game itself. As I say, it's not overly big, but it's big enough. But as I say, the challenges within the main game to actually get the trophies out is going to be a very, very tough challenge. I mean, you got the one level where you got to go in this house, and you got, I think, 4 or 5 flights you got to go up, and each floor you've got hostages, and you've also got obviously terrorists, but you've got to literally take them out. One shot kills every hostage, not kill a hostage, and is that right? Yeah, you've got to literally one shot kill them. That's right, one shot kill them, not kill the hostages, and not take one shot, not take one hit yourself through the entire level to get the top trophy. Now that is what I call a tough challenge. It's not easy, and plus you're doing it in the night vision mode, which ain't a blooming easy. So I'm saying the challenge is there for this game. I'm definitely going to go back and give the main game a good crack again. But the actual season, playing season 1, I bought it and that was it. I was hooked. 100 tiers, get all the weapons out, all the costumes, all the tags, also the characters unlockable as well. All new weapons. You got to get blueprints for new superior weapons that you can find and things like that. I was absolutely hooked on this game, and I'm still, you know, it's good to have a break off it. But as I say, next week season 2 starts, so just maybe back to old school. I may be back and disappear again. I'm going to definitely get a video in. I'm going to try and pull myself away from this game, but I'm absolutely addicted to this game. I haven't played Call of Duty and loved Call of Duty for years, really, because I did switch to Battlefield. Love Battlefield 3, love Battlefield 4, and then Battlefield 5 come out, and it just, that was it, game over. That game just went down the pan. Absolutely terrible, the last 2 games from the Battlefield series. Really, really lost interest in it, and I thought I'd give this a whirl, and very impressed. Absolutely love this game. Not everybody's an online fan. Not everybody wants to play hours and hours online. For me, it's just a choice I made, and I enjoyed it. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing online and getting better at this game. It is such, because it's so random. You can have 5 or 6 games I've won, beat, kicked ass, and then I'll play again, and then all of a sudden I get whopped out and I'm last. It's just the way it plays out. It can be a frustrating game. If you let it get to you, then I wouldn't even bother playing it, because, as I say, online, it's, you know, you've really got to, once you learn the maps and you learn the best points to, it's one thing I don't like is camping. I hate people camping, sitting in the corner and wait for you to come round, and which you get a lot of. But I kind of like that, because when I find them, I go back and I kick their ass and just tell them basically stop camping and just man up and play the game properly. But anyway, enough talking about this game. I've played it to death. I absolutely love it. Looking forward to season 2. And that is, of course, Modern Warfare, the most played game on the PS4 I've ever had. And that is the truth. So, well happy with that. Looking forward to season 2. Right, 3 more box sets. Now, this one I don't think I've showed. I may have showed. I've forgotten. It's been that long. But this is a limited run game of 3 games I love. And I'd love to own the arcade machine of the first one. That's a fact. But whether it'll ever happen is, well, that's just, you know, I'm dreaming and on. But anyway, I got this limited run, excuse me, limited run Dragon's Lair set. And obviously you can see you got all the 3 Dragon's Lair 1, Dragon's Lair Time Warp and Space Ace, all on one PS4 game. And you get in here, you get like, I ain't going to open it up, but you get like a cover with the original like laser disc, what you had as the game. You get posters, you get cards, you get like a pin of Dirk the Daring. So really happy with that. Love Dragon's Lair, and as soon as I seen it, I had to have that. So I'm not too sure if I've showed that before, but regardless, yet again, fantastic game. You either love this game or you hate it, and I've grew up with this from the arcades, so it's a game that'll stick with me forever. I know it's simple and it's straightforward, but it's just the game itself. It's a lot of nostalgia tied into it for me from when I was a kid and being in the arcades. So that's Dragon's Lair Trilogy on the PS4, the limited run one. Right, next one. This one I bought about a week and a half ago, funny enough. And this is another limited run one, but this I got for dirt cheap. I got it for about 40 quid. I thought that is pretty reasonable. I just threw a bid on it and I won it. And it's brand new, hasn't been opened. But it's a game I've yet to get on the Neo Geo, the CD, Neo Geo CD. I'm giving hints about one of future videos there, but never mind. What's done is done. Anywho, I bought Flying Paradiscs, the collector's edition, on the PS4. And this is brand new sealed. 40 quid. And now this comes with, obviously, the game, and you get a Frisbee in there, as far as I know. And I want to open it, but I don't want to open it at the same time, because it looks really nice. And I love playing the game. I have played the game before. But I haven't played the PS4 version, obviously. But yeah, I picked this up about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And for 40 quid, absolutely bargain. Absolute bargain. So I was happy to have that. And that is Flying Paradiscs, the collector's edition. Yeah, it's definitely limited run, isn't it? I'm sure this is limited run. Yeah, anyway, there you go. Flying Paradiscs. Right, last but not least is another game. And this is a box set that is sealed. I haven't opened yet, and I think most of us has waited 20 odd years to play the third in the series. Now you know what I'm talking about, don't you? And that is Shenmue 3. And as you can see, it's not opened yet, but this is the collector's edition, and you obviously get the game. You get like a light box that comes in it. You get like the game. You get like these 2 mirrors from the game, and you get a patch and stuff like that. So there's a lot in here for your money. And as I say, I really wanted this game. I bought the Shenmue 1 and 2, and shamefully to say, I haven't played them either. But I played the original Dreamcast versions of them, and I did do them back in the day. So what I'm just going to do, I think, even though I've got 1 and 2 there, I'm just going to sit back and watch this like a preview of the first 2. So it shows you what you did and how you had to go about it, and then it leads you up to the third game where you end up in the cave at the end of number 2, and then you continue from there. Now, I've heard mixed reviews. This is an okay-ish game, pretty boring game, a great game. At the end of the day, you just got to make up your own mind on what you think. I'm not expecting it to be a fantastic game. I want it to be like the original, of course. Which the originals weren't exactly action-packed in any way. That was quite slow-paced, which I'm assuming this is going to be a lot of fetch and carry, a lot of go and see this guy, go and see that guy. You know, it's going to be expected. So, but regardless of that, still got it, still happy with it, still looking forward to playing it, and I'd love the just to have the a limited box set of it. So, well, happy with that. So, guys, that is all my PS4 titles that I've obviously got sealed, or I've actually broke the seal and played a few. But at the moment, I'm on an old school console, which I'll be talking about in another video in the next coming months, because I've got 3 collections going on at the same time. Yeah, I've got myself into a bit of a bit of a hole. But I'm enjoying the collections, and I will start showing those collection videos shortly. As I say, there's two that I've been collecting for roughly about 8-9 months. The one has anyway. The other one I've been collecting for about 2 or 3 months, which I'm not doing too bad at all. And the latest collection I've just started, and that's all blamed on Pete's Nestastic and Paul Mr. Bads. Yeah. So you'll see that soon enough. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I'll give you 26 minutes of my face and 26 minutes of PS4 games. Great to do another video. Got the modern gaming out of the way. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the next video. I'll see. I might start one of my collection videos. I think it's about time. So until then, guys, I'll leave it here. And as per usual, I am CyberSnake7. Keep playing, guys. And always keep watching. All the best.